A very happy Shivaratri. The most auspicious night of Lord Shiva, Shivaratri. And it is my pleasure and privilege to be in your midst today to share whatever little I understood about the glories of Lord Shiva, the two, on a most auspicious Shivaratri day. Shivaratri, as probably most of you know, it falls on the Chaturdasi day of Krishna Paksha. Chaturdasi, today is the Chaturdasi. Chaturdasi day of Krishna Paksha in the Hindu month of Falguna. Normally, Shivaratri falls somewhere in February or beginning of March. It is considered to be the most auspicious nights of Lord Shiva. We are accustomed to telling the word Krishna always, most auspicious night of Lord Shiva. Why it is considered to be the most auspicious night of Lord Shiva? Because it is this chanting the holy name of Lord Shiva on this day, it enhances our spiritual understanding. It reduces all your past karmic pattern. It stabilizes your inner thought. That is why chanting the holy name of Lord Shiva, hearing about the glories of Lord Shiva on this auspicious Shivaratri day is considered by great yogis and sages. What is the Shivaratri day? Is there any specific significance behind Shivaratri day? What it is? Janmashtami, we know that Krishna was born on that day, we know. We celebrate. Similarly, Ramnavami, we know. It's the day on which the Ram was born. What is the Shivaratri then? Lord Shiva was born on that day? No, it's not like that. There are a couple of legends for that. What is the significance of the Shivaratri day? According to one legend, it is the day on which Lord Shiva married goddess Parvati. There is a brief story behind that. In the Daksha Yajna, of course I am going to deal with it little elaborately little later. At the Daksha Yajna, Lord Shiva's wife Sati, unable to bear the insult meted out to her husband, Lord Shiva, she gave up her life on that day. Sati, unable to bear the extreme agony and pain, Lord Shiva, he withdrew himself and shunned the entire world affairs and withdrew to Himalayas to be in complete penance forever. However, Sati was born again as the daughter of Himavan, the king of Himalayas. From the young childhood days, she had a deep love for Lord Shiva. In spite of the terrible climates in Himalayas, braving the cold, braving the hot, living only by eating the bilwa leaves which are very dear to Lord Shiva, she did penance thinking, of meditating upon the lotus feet of Lord Shiva. After testing Parvati, Lord Shiva finally agreed to marry her. According to one legend, it is the day on which she married Lord Shiva, Parvati. There is one more legend, according to which you might have heard about the Samudramardhan, where the Milky Ocean was churned. So many things came. Mahalakshmi came, Airavata came, Uchiswaras, the great white horse came. But before all these things, the hala poison, a very extremely terrible and fiery poison, that also came. The whole world was suffocating. The universe was suffocating, unable to bear the poisonous emission generated by churning the Milky Ocean. All devatas, including Lord Vishnu, they took shelter at the lotus feet of Lord Shiva. With extreme compassion, Lord Shiva, he consumed the whole poison. And in memory of that, to appreciate that, all the devatas, all the demigods, they worshipped the Lord throughout the night on this auspicious day. That is the day of Shivratri. Like that, there are two legends about that. There is also an interesting story about Shivratri. Once a hunter, he doesn't know anything about piety or nothing, he doesn't know anything. Just to get food for his starving family, he was searching for some animals to be hunted and taken to his home. Unfortunately, nothing was available to him till the evening. He became so exhausted. He climbed one tree without knowing that it is a bilwa tree. He climbed that bilwa tree. He was sitting on top of it. At that time, he saw one deer. He took his bow and arrow and aimed at that deer. While taking his bow, it shook the bilwa trees. Some 3 leaves fell on the linga which was right under the tree, and some water also from his pot poured on that linga. He doesn't know that all these things, but it happened. The deer also saw him. Knowing that he is going to kill him, it requested, made only one prayer to that hunter. He said, yes, please kill me, but before that, I want to see my cubs and I will come back. On those days, faith, belief was the great system. Even if an animal gives a word, it will honor it. That was the time. So the hunter allowed that, but you come quickly. It went, and as agreed, it came back with its cubs. The hunter, who is hard-hearted fellow, he was moved by, even it is an animal. It sticks to its words. I am a human being. What am I? And what is this animal? He took mercy and he asked, even though his family is starving, he allowed the deer to go. And Lord Shiva, seeing his compassion, he felt so happy. He is right under the tree. He came before him and offered him moksha, liberation. A man who doesn't know any piety, he doesn't know who Lord Shiva is, who Lord Brahma is, Lord Vishnu is. He knows only hunting and filling the belly of him and his family. That's what he was doing. Such a person was given moksha by Lord Shiva. What to say of a devotee chanting the holy name of the Lord with full devotion. Imagine that. Therefore, on this auspicious night of Shivratri, anyone who with devotion chant the holy name of Lord Shiva, undoubtedly all good things will happen to him. He will attain moksha also. That's what our scriptures say. Then what are the qualities of Lord Shiva? What is the Lord Shiva known for? Srimad Bhagavatam says that Lord Shiva is one of the greatest devotee of Lord Vishnu. In the purport, Prabhupada says, Vaishnavanam yata sambhuhu. Vaishnavanam yata sambhuhu. Of all the Vaishnava devotees, Lord Shiva is the topmost devotee. Therefore, being the topmost devotee of Lord, what is the special quality of Lord Shiva? Is his extraordinary compassion towards all the living entities. Lord Shiva is known for it. He has such an extraordinary compassion for all the living entities in the world. That was a great quality of Lord Shiva. What is the significance in the word Shiva? The word Shiva means auspiciousness. Auspiciousness. Therefore, anyone who chants the holy name of Lord Shiva, he gets all auspiciousness in the world. Lord Shiva, besides that, what he is known for? He is very fierce, destroyer of evil. Lord Shiva is so simple. You can easily please Lord Shiva just if you pour one spoon of water on him and offer a bilwa leaf. Lord will be immensely pleased with you. And offer whatever benediction you want. That is the simplicity of Lord Shiva. Besides that, Lord Shiva's teachings, it highlights his teachings of Lord Shiva, how to attain spiritual enlightenment. Lord Shiva's teachings always talk about how to attain spiritual enlightenment. This is the greatness and glories of Lord Shiva. The glories of Lord Shiva is highlighted in Canto 4, Chapter 2 to Chapter 7 of Srimad Bhagavatam. It is greatly highlighted there. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it talks about Lord Shiva. So Bhagavatam is full of Vaishnava stories, as all of you may know. But that Bhagavatam talks about the glories of the Lord Shiva, who is a Shaivite, even though he is the topmost Vaishnava devotee of the Supreme Personality. The past tense of this chapter, Canto 4, Chapter 2 to 7 is called Daksha Yajna. It is actually a conversation between sage Maitreya and Vidura, brother of Dhritarashtra. That is how Bhagavatam starts. So Vidura is asking a question to Rishi Maitreya. Shiva is such an exalted personality. He is the greatest demigods. How come Daksha developed such an animosity towards Lord Shiva? It's quite baffling to me. How come such a gentle, greatest demigods one can envy? How Daksha got so much hatred towards Lord Shiva? He asked. Maitreya starts telling that. Once upon a time, a great yajna was performed. In the Yajnasala, all sages, great sages, rishis, brahmanas, including Lord Brahma, are all present. At the time, Daksha, of course, Lord Shiva also was sitting. At the time, Daksha, he enters that sacrificial arena where the yajna is going to be performed. Daksha is the Prajapati, he is the Prajapati, Daksha Prajapati. So when Daksha enters, seeing his body lesser, everyone who had assembled there stood up out of respect for him. They stood up to receive him, to pay their obeisances. Except two people. Who are they? One is Lord Brahma, because Brahma is the father of Daksha. Another is Lord Shiva. Others stood up and welcomed him, paid their obeisances, made him sit in his seat. So Daksha, after sitting in his seat, he looked at Shiva. He became very angry. How come this fellow doesn't stand up? Because after all, I am his father-in-law. His daughter Sati, Shiva was married. How come this fellow doesn't stand up to receive me? How come he doesn't even utter any sweet words about me? Like that he got annoyed. Then he said to all those present there, he said, there are people like Shiva who doesn't know what good manners are. His name Shiva, S-I-V-A, Shiva, is 2 syllables, which means auspicious. But he is the most inauspicious creature in the creation of Brahma. The most unclean. He doesn't deserve to be in this union of this assembly of this place at all. He doesn't deserve to be. Why? This fellow is always sitting in the crematorium. This fellow is smearing the crematorium ash all over his body. What he will be wearing? He will be wearing only a garland of bones and skulls. Such an inauspicious person. Look at his eyes. His eyes resembles that of a monkey. What a harsh word, Lord Shiva. Still, scriptures say lotus-eyed. So beautiful eyes, Bhagavan, Lord Shiva. He says monkey eyes. I have given my daughter to him. How is my daughter? Her eyes are like a deer cub. He doesn't deserve to be my son-in-law. He doesn't deserve for me very dear daughter. She is such a beautiful. She is like a Gayatri. To such a person I gave my daughter. I have no intention to give my daughter to this fellow. I didn't like at all. But because my father, Brahma, told, I gave this, my daughter, who is like Gayatri, who is like a cub of a deer, to this undeserving, unclean, unkempt person. By telling that, he washed his hands with water and mouth, cursed Shiva. In this yajna, no share in the oblation will be given to this Shiva. Actually, in any yajna performed, the Trinity, Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, are entitled for a share in the oblation offered in this the fire. But this fellow doesn't deserve. Nothing will be given to him. By telling that, he left that place. All people, brahmanas, sages, they tried to convince him. No, don't get angry. Please let us finish that yajna. Don't go. But he didn't want. He didn't stay. He ignored all the sages and others. Words, sages, including Brahma. He didn't listen. He left for his home. After cursing and abusing and criticizing Shiva so harshly, he left the place. Lord Shiva did not open his mouth at all. Not a single word he uttered. But his very close associate, who is it? Nandishvara. He became terribly angry. Nandishvara became terribly angry. He said, how come all of you present here accept this fellow Daksha as the great personality? How can all of you neglect my Lord Shiva, who is a supreme person? How can you neglect and accept this Daksha, who identifies himself with the body as a supreme person, as a great personality? He became very angry. Nandishvara became very angry. He cursed those who accept Daksha as the great person, those who neglect Shiva. They will continue to be in the cycle of birth and death. They will be bereft of all the transcendental knowledge. The Brahmanas who supported this Daksha without opening their mouths, they will beg from home to home to acquire wealth. They will beg from home to home. They will continue to be attached to only fruity activities. They will never get a transcendental knowledge. This Daksha, who is attached to his body, thinking that he is this body, and is more interested in enjoying sex, this fellow will soon get the head of a goat. Like that he cursed. Immediately, Bhrigu is another son of Brahma, which that means he is a brother of Daksha. He is a chief priest. He also cursed. Anyone who follows Lord Shiva, they will become atheist. They will have no devotion at all. He also cursed. Like that, the cursing and counter-cursing kept on going. Lord Shiva became very morose. He is a pure Vaishnava. He is a pure devotee. When devotee is insulted, they should never react, because they are self-realized souls, not identifying oneself with this body. Therefore, he didn't open his mouth. He morose. He kept quiet, simply left that arena. Once Shiva left, all the followers also left that place. After all of them left, these Brahmanas performed the yajna, and they did not give any oblation to Lord Shiva, but only to Brahma and Vishnu. And then they took bath, and everybody left to their homes. Thus, the enmity between Daksha and Lord Shiva continued for a long time. In the meantime, Daksha was made the Prajapati by Brahma. He became so puffed up. He became so arrogant that I have become the Prajapati, I have become the king. He became so puffed up. He performed yajna called Vajipeya, and to satisfy the Supreme Personality. Because what is yajna? Who is the yajna Purusha? The Supreme Personality of Lord Narayana is the Yajna Purusha. That's why Bhagavan says in chapter 5, sloka 29, Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam Sarvalokamakeshwaram. Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam. I am the Bhokta for all the penance and austerities performed. Therefore, to satisfy the Supreme Personality, he performed Vajpaya Yajna. Then he was also performed other yajnas also to satisfy the Lord. One such yajna, he had invited so many great sages, brahmanas, demigods, everybody he had invited. Except no invitation went to Lord Shiva, no invitation went to his own daughter Sati. When so many sages, brahmanas, priests, demigods with their wives, they were all going to the Yajnashala. Many people were going in their airplanes. They were all talking about the great Yajna being performed. Sati from Kailash, the abode of Lord Shiva, she heard those conversations. She became very anxious, quite naturally. When a lady comes to know that function takes place in her father's house, naturally she will be more interested to attend that. Is it not? It's quite natural. They want to be with their father. A lady wants to be with their parents, with their sisters, with their siblings, with their relatives. It's quite natural. Sati, being an ordinary lady, she also wanted to be there. Because when so many people are going in the airplane to her father's Yajnashala, she also wanted to be there. So she approached her beloved husband, Lord Shiva. My dear Lord Shiva, all these people are going by airplane to the yajna performed by my father. Therefore, if you desire, we also will go to the yajna performed by your Granth, by your father-in-law. She very diplomatically puts it. Ladies are known for diplomacy. Very diplomatically she puts, to your father-in-law's house. She doesn't say my father. My is performing, so we will go. Your father-in-law. My Lord, you may think that we have not been invited. Our Shastra says we can go uninvited to a place of your friend, to a place of your father, to a place of one's husband or friend. Our Shastra says that we can go uninvited. Therefore, we will go. My dear Lord, you know well, a poor lady like me, how anxious we are to be in our father's house when some other festival happens in our father's house. You have given half of your body to me, my Lord. Please fulfill my desire. I want to go. Lord Shiva, with so much compassion, so much love for Sati. It's a young girl, Sati, very young girl. He smilingly said to Sati, my dear Sati, yes, you are right. We can go to your friend's home uninvited. No doubt about that. Shastra says that, I agree. But which friend's house you can go like that? A friend who does not look at you based on your physical attributes. One who doesn't identify you, a guest, by virtue of his physical attributes, and who doesn't become unhappy with you, such a friend you can go. I agree. But one should not visit the house of a relative. One should not visit, even if it is the house of a friend, if such a relative or friend frowns upon you on seeing you with a raised eyebrows and angry eyes. To such people's house, you should not go. My dear Sati, your father will not honor you because you are my wife. He has a deep hatred towards me for reason best known to him. I am very innocent person. What harm I did to him? The only thing is, I did not stand up to receiving him on that day. He doesn't know I should not stand up to receive him. I stand up only to great personalities like the Supreme Lord, not to others. I can stand up. I am a self-realized soul. I am in a different transcendental platform. I cannot stand for a person who identifies himself with the body, and thereby he will incur a great sin only with an intention that he should not accumulate or acquire sin by my standing. I did not stand on that day, therefore I am very innocent. Because of that he is angry with me. My dear Sati, I know you are the pet child of your father. Your father is so affectionate to you. I know that. But if you go now, you will not be honored by him. You will be disrespected. It will not be good. It will not be auspicious for you. That is why I am telling, don't go to meet your father, as it will be very, very inauspicious things will happen to you if you go there. Bhagavan cautions Sati like that. Sati, ladies here know very well, if a husband says, don't go to your father's house, how a lady will feel, how she will get offended, how she will become angry towards her husband. The ladies know well. Therefore, she was in terrible dilemma. On the one hand, as an ordinary woman, she wants to visit her father, where she can meet her mother, sisters, siblings, relatives, friends, and how that yajna is performed, everything she can see. On the one hand, she is prevented by her husband from going there. On the other hand, the strict instructions of her husband, how to violate that? He is a supreme person, the greatest of the demigods. How to violate that? She is in a dilemma. She is standing. She is going outside the home. She is coming inside. Again going out, coming in. She is so restless. She frowns upon the Supreme Lord, Shiva, as if she is going to blast him with her eyes. Finally, the weakness of a woman, the attachment for her family, rather than the attachment for her husband, it wins. And she left the Supreme Lord, Shiva. She left. In spite of cautioning, in spite of strict instruction not to go, she chose to disobey the words of the Supreme Lord, Shiva, on that day. She left the house. without knowing what awaits her at her father's house. She left. When she started walking rapidly, immediately the followers of Shiva, they immediately followed her because she is going alone. Nandiswara immediately went and stood in front of him. So he requested her to sit on his back. So she sat on Nandi and followed by thousands of followers of Lord Shiva who are all ghosts and yakshas. She started going towards her father's house with all the mridanga, kartal, trumpets. That caravan moves towards father's house. In the father's house, once she entered, she observed the yajna was being about to start. Rather. So many pots made of gold, silver, all these things with holy waters from many holy rivers are waiting. One pot is full of ghee, one pot full of honey, curd, so many things. They're all kept. But none of the people who were present in the assembly welcomed Sati. Why? Because of the fear for Daksha, Prajapati. Nobody welcomed her except Sati's mother and sisters. They received her so warmly. They embraced her. They shed tears of joy on seeing Sati. They made to sit her comfortably, gave her presents. But Sati was in no mood to receive the affection shown by her mother as well as her sisters. She observed no oblation was given to her husband, Lord Shiva. She became very angry about that. What made her more angry was that Daksha, her father, not even welcomed her, not even spoke to her about her welfare. How are you, my dear daughter? The most dear daughter, Sati. He did not welcome her, did not speak to her. It made her very angry. Shiva's followers, they decided to injure or kill Daksha, but Sati prevented them by her order. No, you have no role here. It is between me and my father. You simply keep quiet. She prevented them. She said, with extreme anger, she said to Daksha, my dear father, how can you be envious of the great personality, Lord Shiva? What do you know about Lord Shiva? He is the friend of the whole universe. He has no enemy. All are his friends. He is the most compassionate person. How can you envy such a person? She said, a person like you who identify yourself with the body only can find fault. You can only find fault with others. But you know how my husband? He doesn't even know how to find fault with others. He does not. He doesn't know. Rather, if he sees your small good things in you, in others, he will magnify it disproportionately. Such a person he is. He's not like you. How can you become envious of such a great personality? You know what is his opulence? You and your followers cannot even imagine what his opulence is. We can exhibit our opulence, but we cannot, we don't want to do. Because a person like you cannot understand our opulence. We are such an exalted, self-realized soul my husband is. You may not be able to understand his opulence. For you, opulence means what? Only wealth, Only wealth, money, power. That's what you think opulence? You will not be able to comprehend. Imagine what his opulence of my husband, Lord Shiva. I am ashamed. I am ashamed. This body was given by you. I am ashamed. Out of our family relationship, when my husband calls me Dakshayani, daughter of Daksha, Dakshayani, I became morose. My jolliness is over when he calls me affectionately Dakshayani. Because I don't want to be called Dakshayani, but because I got the body from you, I am ashamed. My dear father, I am ashamed. I don't want to keep this body anymore. My husband told me, don't go there. Nothing auspicious will happen to you. He warned me, he instructed me. But I disobeyed him. I disobeyed the words of such a great personality, Lord Shiva. I disobeyed. I don't want to go back again with this body given by you. This body, the whole world, the whole universe is worshipping the lotus feet of my husband. The whole sages are waiting for the dust of the lotus feet of my husband. Such a lotus feet you have insulted. Therefore, I don't want to carry this body anymore. I'll give up my body. Telling this, she sat down facing the north, wearing a garment, a saffron garment. Sati sit facing the north. She concentrated at the lotus feet of Lord Shiva. She lifted her life air from navel to the chest to the eyebrows and kept her life air and meditated on the fiery air within herself, fiery air, before leaving her body. She thought of the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord Shiva. The moment she thought of the lotus feet of Lord Shiva, she was cleansed. And then, with the fiery air, she burnt herself into ashes and she left her body. The participants in the assembly were shocked. When Sati left her body, all of them were shocked. But the hard-hearted Daksha did nothing to prevent her from leaving her body. Nothing. He was simply as a mute spectator, as if nothing happening in front of him, he was sitting. The moment Sati left her body, Shiva's followers became angry. They immediately started attacking all and tried to kill Daksha. But Bhrigu is a very powerful sage. From the yajna, he created some great warriors called Ribus, who were very strong, well armed. The Shiva's army could not face them. They easily defeated and they ran away and went and told everything to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva became very angry. He took a hair from his mat, meted hair, one strand he took and dashed it on the floor. From that, a great demon called Virabhadra, standing as high as the sky, wearing a trident in his eye, blackish color, phenomenal strength. He stood before Lord Shiva with a folded hand. My dear Lord, what should I do? Shiva told, go and kill the Daksha and punish all those present in that arena. Go. Immediately Virabhadra, followed by the Lord Shiva's followers, he went there. In the meantime, all those present were worried, agitated about a dust storm emanating. What is this? There is no cloud, no air. Where from this dust storm is coming? They thought it's a bad woman. Daksha's wife Prasuti was thinking herself, this Daksha has done a great harm. He's going to face a great consequences from Lord Shiva. She was worried. So all the Dakshas, Lord Shiva's followers entered that arena. And the entire arena they destroyed. This Daksha was captured by Virabhadra. His head was severed from the body. And the severed head, Virabhadra immediately put it on the fire. Yajna of fire, he put it. It burnt into ashes. Other demigods like Pusa, Baga, even Bhrigu, they also were inflicted severe injuries. Bhrigu's mush was removed by Virabhadra. Baga's eyes were gouged out. Pusa's teeth was removed. All the people, sages, brahmanas who supported it, they were all inflicted severe injuries. And after killing Daksha, Virabhadra and others went to Kailash, informed Lord Shiva. All these people were battered and bruised. Demigods, these sages, brahmanas, they all went to Lord Brahma. Brahmaji, this is our condition. They explained everything. Lord Brahma said, you foolish people, how can you not give your oblation to Lord Shiva, to which he is entitled? How can you be happy then? How can you perform a yajna without giving a share in the oblation offered in the sacrifice? You know who Shiva is? You know what is the power of Shiva? Even I don't know what Lord Shiva's power is. I don't know. It's beyond my comprehension. This Indra doesn't know what his power is. I also don't know. He is extraordinarily powerful. If he wants, in a moment, the whole universe and the masters of the universe will be destroyed into ashes in a moment. Such an extraordinary, powerful personality he is. You have insulted him to his lotus feet. The insult you have done at the lotus feet of Lord Shiva is unpardonable. All devatas tremble, demigods tremble. Brahmaji, you should do something. Otherwise the whole universe will be destroyed. Please save us. Brahmaji soul. In spite of the insult, you have meted out to Lord Shiva. I know Lord Shiva is so benevolent, so compassionate. So all of you, without any mental reservation, go and surrender at the lotus feet of Lord Shiva. He will forgive you. Go. So all the people, demigods, sages, Bhrigu, headed by Bhrigu, including Brahma himself, they went to Mount Kailash. Bhagavatam describes in great detail in chapter 5 of Canto 4 from sloka number 9 to sloka number 32, I think. So 25 slokas describes the beauty of Kailash. Beautiful rivers, beautiful trees, flower-bearing trees, fruit-bearing trees, beautiful animals, nice birds, the streams, the lakes, the waterfalls, such a beautiful place. They pass on through all these things and finally they find a great banyan tree under which Lord Shiva was sitting. What is that banyan tree? The banyan tree is 800 miles. Its height, 800 miles. The branches of the tree spreads 600 miles. Imagine. It is like a town by itself. 800 miles height, 600 miles. The branches are spread in such a place. Bhagavan was sitting under that. Great Sanat Kumaras are discussing with the Lord Shiva. Narada is discussing with the Lord Shiva about the absolute truth. Bhagavan was sitting in the Virasana, putting his left leg on his right thigh and left leg here with the Rudraksha beads. He is completely out of no anger at all. He was in a very happy stage discussing about Atma Tattva with all those people who are present there. These devatas, demigods, and they took shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord. Dear Lord Shiva, we have done a great offense at your lotus feet. Kindly forgive us. Your compassion is unlimited. You are the creator of the universe. You are the maintainer. You are also the annihilator of the universe. You are the supreme person. We are all under the influence of the illusory energy of the Lord. Therefore, we are prone to commit mistakes. We are prone to commit these offenses because this illusory energy of the Supreme Personality is insurmountable. Kindly forgive us. Bhrigu requested, my dear Lord Shiva, please forgive us. Please, the yajna remains incomplete, unfinished. You should come and complete that yajna. Bhagavan said, I know you are all ignorant people. You are the influence of the illusory energy of this Supreme Personality. I know. That's why I don't have any ill will against you. I don't have any anger on you. I killed Daksha. I caused injury to all the devatas only because I wanted to correct you only for the purpose the punishment was meted to you. Yes, let us go and complete the yajna. Like that, they went to Yajnasala and they performed. They started performing the yajna. The Yajnasalas, everything was nicely cleaned, and they started doing the yajna. But Brahma is requesting, my dear Lord Shiva, under your instruction, Daksha has been killed. He is a Brahmana. Please give him life again by giving him his own body. So many sages, devatas, demigods have been injured. You please save them. These other demigods like Bhaga, Pusa, everything lost their eye, lost their teeth. You must give them back. Lord Shiva said, Daksha's head cannot be given anymore because it has been already burnt to ashes. I cannot give. But I will give him the head of your goat. You fix the head of your goat which has been standing there for giving as a sacrifice in the yajna. You join it, by my grace, he'll become normal again. But you'll get only a goat head. Right? To honor the curse of Nandi. So accordingly, the goat head was fixed. Immediately, Daksha also got his consciousness. The moment he got his consciousness, he saw Lord Shiva standing before him. But remembering he has lost his dear daughter, his eyes were filled with tears. His voice choked up. Though he wanted to offer praise to Lord, he could not do that. Somehow he controlled his senses, emotions, and he said, "My dear Lord Shiva, I have done a great offense at your lotus feet by insulting you, by criticizing you, by using very harsh words against you. I have insulted you. My dear Lord, I didn't know what your powers are. I didn't know. Without knowing your powers, I insulted you. But you were so kind, you were so compassionate. Instead of withdrawing your mercy for me, you did me a favor by punishing me. You forgive me." So Lord, of course, known for his compassion, he pardoned. And the yajna was continued, yajna was performed. When the oblation was offered in the fire, Lord Vishnu appeared. Everybody offered so much of prayers. Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, all the sages, priests, Gandharvas, Siddhas, Charnas, Brahmanas, all offered great prayer. Lord Shiva said, "My dear Lord," Lord Shiva says to Lord Vishnu, "My dear Lord, my mind and my senses are completely at your lotus feet, my Lord. Because my mind is at your lotus feet, I have no anger towards anybody. I am so compassionate, and therefore I forgive all these people. Like you are so compassionate towards all the living entities." Lord Vishnu was very happy. Lord Vishnu said, it is a beautiful prayers by Lord Vishnu. It is text 50 Srimad Bhagavatam. I would like to recite only one sloka. Aham brahmacha sarvascha jagata karanam param atmeshvara upadrastha swayandrik aviseshana hai. Bhagavan said, Brahma, Lord Shiva and I are the supreme cause of the material manifestation. I am the super soul, therefore I witness to all. But impersonally, there is no difference between Brahma, Shiva, Lord Shiva and me. Some of us always entertain a doubt whether Lord Brahma is supreme, whether Lord Shiva is big, or Krishna is big, Vishnu is big. Bhagavan says very clearly here. The impersonally, there is no difference between Brahma, Lord Shiva and me. Bhagavan further continues. My dear Daksha, I am the original personality of Godhead. But in order to create, in order to maintain, and in order to annihilate, I take different forms. I am differently known as Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, Makeshwara. Otherwise, all are my incarnations. All are my expansions. That's all. It is why I am the super soul. But they are all my expansions. I cannot look at each, I cannot execute each and everything. Therefore, my incarnations are executing all this creation, maintenance, annihilations. It is for the sake of Daksha. Daksha, he is a very staunch devotee of Lord Vishnu. He thought that only Vishnu is the supreme. Lord Shiva is very inferior. Only to address that, Bhagavan telling that. The Lord says, one who is not in proper knowledge thinks that demigods like Brahma and Shiva are independent, or even thinks that living entities are independent. A person with average intelligence does not think the head and other parts of the body to be separate. Similarly, my devotees does not differentiate Vishnu from anything or any living entity. Finally, the Lord said, one who does not consider Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, or other living entities in general to be separate from the Supreme, and who knows Brahman, actually realizes peace. Others do not. With that, Daksha became very clear of Lord Shiva's position. He prostrates before Lord Vishnu, he prostrates before Lord Shiva and asks Lord Shiva with the folded hands, please take your share in the oblation of the yajna. I have caused a great insult I have done. Please pardon me and accept. Lord Shiva was so pacified. Like that, this Daksha Yajna from Canto 4 of Srimad Bhagavatam is such a great past tense of Lord Shiva mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. One who hears and narrates this Daksha Yajna, they will be cleansed of all contaminations in their body. That's what this the great Bhagavatam story tells about the great qualities of Lord Shiva. Of course, I don't have the time. There is another wonderful incident pastime of Lord Shiva. He is in Canto 8, where when the milky ocean is churned for the purpose of nectar, the poison is coming out, the whole world is trembling at the time. Lord Shiva, taking pity on the sufferings of all the living entities in the world, he tells Bhavani, his wife, my dear Bhavani, see how this whole world is suffering. It is my duty to protect the living beings from the suffering. When there is a supreme person, it is his responsibility to take care of all the gods, all the people under him, is it not? The same way, I am the supreme person. It is my responsibility to take care of the sufferings. So, when the Devatas took shelter at his lotus feet to save the Bhagavan, he took the entire poison emanating from the churning of the Milky Ocean in his palm, and he drank it, the entire poison. He drank it. Can the poison cause any harm? It cannot, because Lord Shiva is a very great devotee of the Supreme Personality, Lord Narayana. Anyone who is a devotee of the Supreme Person, which can cause harm to him. Therefore, the poison could not do anything to Lord Shiva. However, because of its potency, a bluish line remained in his neck. The poison did not go down below this neck. That is why Bhagavan Shiva is called Neelakantan. His blue throat, that is why he is called Neelkant. So for the sake of the humanity, great people, he undertakes the sufferings of others. Likewise, Lord Shiva, in order to mitigating the sufferings of others, he took upon himself the responsibility to save the mankind. Therefore, he drank the poison for the sake of protecting the humanity. Such is the great qualities of Lord Shiva. The glories of Lord Shiva is unlimited. There are many more instances mentioned in the Bhagavatam, but we don't have the time. I want to highlight only these two pastimes of Lord Shiva from Srimad Bhagavatam. The two, on a most auspicious Shivaratri day, we are fortunate to talk about the pastimes of Lord Shiva, and you are also so fortunate to hear the pastimes of Lord Shiva on the most auspicious day. I pray to Lord Shiva to give you all happiness and also all kinds of auspiciousness to you and your family, to make you great devotees of Lord Krishna. Shiva, in fact, himself is a great devotee of the Lord, Supreme Lord Krishna. So anyone who worships Lord Shiva, he doesn't envy them. He becomes so glad So in Vishnu Sahasranamam, Bhagavan says to Parvati, I am meditating on the Supreme Person, Lord Vishnu. Sri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tatphalyam Sri Rama Namam Varanane. If you chant this Rama's name, it is equivalent to telling 1,000 nama of Lord Vishnu. That's what Bhagavan tells, Lord Shiva tells his wife by chanting this. So if anyone wants to chant 1,000 times the name of Lord Vishnu, you simply tell Sri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tatphalyam Rame Rame Manorame. You tell, it is enough. Such is the glory of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is so happy when somebody chants the holy name of Lord Vishnu, holy name of Lord Krishna. He encourages them. Such is. So Lord Shiva is known for his compassion, known for his fierce qualities, known for his limitless happiness when somebody chants the holy name of the Lord. He is known for his auspiciousness. And I am glad that we got the opportunity today to talk about the glories of Lord Shiva. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you.
Shokagnina sakalayo nishudayamana Dukkha aushadam dadapi dukkhamata diyaham Bhuman brahmami vadame tavadasya yogam